We got us a corpse and cartridge occasion.
To the channel, everyone. Today we have another leak to talk about. This leak is like a day old, so I'm a little bit late to the party, but I still wanted to give my opinions on the topic because a lot of people are arguing, is this real? Is this fake? But I think a lot of what's said in this leak, a lot of the information that we were given is things that we were already given in the past. For example, before even reading this leak, one thing that I know about Mortal Kombat or NetherRealm Studios, it was said that they stopped working on Injustice to start working on Mortal Kombat 12. Another thing is there is discussions and rumors and inside developer talk that Mortal Kombat 12 was going to be a reboot. Because here's the thing, Mortal Kombat 11 ended with a massive reboot. It went back 1,000 years, I think, 1,000 years to the great Kung Lao. And I was saying, how do you continue from that? All of the characters we know and love will not be in the story. No Johnny Cage, no Sonya Blade, no Jax, no any of the iconic characters. Maybe a descendant of Scorpion, Sub-Zero, maybe Raiden because he's a god. But in that, at the end of Mortal Kombat 11, he was a human. So how long would he be alive for? Like the way Mortal Kombat 11 ended, I really appreciate what they tried to do for the story. But in a gameplay sense, which fighting games are carried by, all of the characters we know and love will be gone. So it makes sense for them to change it or retcon or reboot it in some way, shape, or form. Talking about the leak, the screenshot says, NetherRealm Studio has had a very interesting last few years to say the least. Mortal Kombat 11 was shelved early before work had even been completed for Kombat 3. Then work shifted over to brand new IP, an untitled brawler adventure game, and lasted for maybe half a year in a full swing production. That was one thing. It was rumored that they were making like a multiverses type of game, but then that was also put on hold to get everyone aboard what we think they're working on is Mortal Kombat 12. Tons of pre-production work has already gone into the title, but this has also temporarily been shelved. Now NetherRealm Studios have been working on a new Mortal Kombat 12. This game is yet another reboot with Liu Kang now in Raiden's mentor role. The main protagonist is Kung Lao's ancestor, and the more known Kung Lao doesn't appear in the game. Among 8 other new characters includes Goro's father, Gorbak, Sonya's father, only known as General Blade, an African Lin Kuei named Hydro, and a new outworld creature named Mari. The new bosses and sub-bosses are new Titans, Titan and Sojo. I don't know if this leak is real or not, but this could either be true or this could be completely wrong, because the way it ended, they're either going to have to add in brand new characters like all these ones that's listed here, Sonya Blade's father, even though that doesn't really that doesn't really match up. Kung Lao, the great Kung Lao, is 1,000 years ago. So how would Sonya Blade's father exist in that time span? And then African Lin Kuei? I mean, that's okay, I guess that one. But then Goro's father. Why is Goro's father there when Goro was alive and he was the great Liu Kang's main rival? Goro was alive 1,000 years ago, and great Kung Lao had to prepare and practice and work so hard to eventually defeat him. So why would you retcon that and add in Goro's father? There is a few inconsistencies that I'm seeing here just by knowing the story. But the sub-bosses and new bosses being Titans, that is something that I also predicted. The death of a god is, we never seen that. We never seen Raiden die. We never seen Fujin die. We never seen an elder god die. But you had, in the span of 2 games, you had, what's his name? Shinnok, he got decapitated by Raiden. That's a god. And then when Kronika tried to step in and reprimand Raiden, she died and got replaced. And my biggest argument is, what are the other gods going to, what are the other Titans going to think about that? A god killed a elder god and then killed a Titan and replaced them, they're not going to be feeling too comfortable with their position, and they're going to want to team up and strike back, because who knows, maybe they're next. Maybe Liu Kang becomes Thanos and he's going around taking all of the Titans' power and eventually becomes something like the One Being or something. That's just my prediction and speculation of how Mortal Kombat 11 ended. The second part of the leak says the new Krypt features several new areas to explore. The Wu Shi Academy, Living Fortress of Shinnok Spire. The new Krypt now features combat with your characters having special moves learned from certain Mortal Kombat characters. These enemies can sometimes drop new gear that you can customize your Krypt character to make them unique to you. I really don't know too much about the Krypt. In the past games, the Krypt was really it was cool, but it was never like a full game mode. I would always unlock maybe 10 or so things, but then after that, I would forget all about it. So I don't know if people really like the Krypt now and they want it to be this, really like exploration, adventurous type of game mode. If so, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But me, I never was into the Krypt. This last sentence is kind of interesting. The game is running on a newer engine, not yet used by NetherRealm Studios, a modified Unreal Engine 4. Mortal Kombat will be released in spring 2023. Now, I've been talking a lot about engines. What engine Tekken 8 will use? I don't think it will use Unreal Engine 5. Just considering when Unreal Engine 5 was made available to the public, I don't think they would be able to. I don't think the timelines match up there. The same thing with Street Fighter 6. The only way that these new fighting games would be able to, not even the new fighting games, but just a lot of these games in general, will be able to use Unreal Engine 5 is one, they had early access, which we know some companies did have early access to it. Two, the other thing, if the game is not releasing soon, if the game is releasing within 4 to 5 years, then yes, they can use Unreal Engine 5 because that's more than enough time to use it. But the leak here says spring 2023. That's too far ahead in development to switch. Or who knows, maybe the reason why they got everyone to stop working on that other game and Injustice is maybe so they can port it over to Unreal Engine 5. I just think it's not likely, but if you believe it, we'll see. But this is the leak. This is what everything that is said. I do, like I said, there is some inconsistencies with Sonya's Blade father. That's the biggest red flag to me. Also, Girl's father, that's another big red flag to me. But everything else, this is what the community predicts when you're talking about Mortal Kombat 12. But that's it. I just want to quickly talk about this and share my thoughts on the subject. Let me know what you think down below, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye bye.